Welcome to AgriMinds, the podcast where we explore the intersections of personal growth and professional success in the ag industry. I'm Casey Bowl, your host. Thank you for joining me as we dive in to the different strategies and insights that will help you level up your life and career. From mental health to leadership development, we're going to cover it all. So sit back and get ready to grow with AgriMinds.
Hello and welcome to the AgriMinds podcast. Today we're talking about burnout. And I'm not talking about the kind that you hear tossed around online. I'm talking about the real kind of burnout. The kind where you literally want to slam your head in a door, you're crying, you're bawling, you're pissed off. I'm talking about the real kind of burnout, the one that sneaks in even when you're supposed to love your life, your work, your farm, your business, the kind that builds slowly until one day everything just feels like it's about to snap and you honestly don't know what to do. Everything feels heavy. Everything feels like it's just falling apart. It's a shitstorm. That's what we're diving into today. So let's talk about it. Why burnout happens even when you're doing stuff that you care about, and what to do when rest or time off just isn't realistic. I actually had a client who was a dairy farmer, and she had said, she's like, trust me, I would love to go to the beach, but I can't find a hired hand, let alone find one that I can trust to make sure everything goes smoothly, to make sure that the cows are milked, to take care of the chores, to do all the things that I need to do on a daily basis. And if I did find someone, honestly, could I actually relax if I'm on vacation? And so is it even worth it for me to go? And so that's the kind of stuff we're going to be talking about today. So what is burnout? Like, really? Burnout isn't always about doing too much. Now, I just want to say that one more time, because I think that this is a misconception that a lot of us believe, is that burnout comes from doing too much work. When actually, sometimes it's about the wrong mix of work, or carrying all of this mental load on top of the physical. You can still have a full plate and feel fine, especially if you're doing stuff that energizes you, right? But what happens when every single part of your day feels like a chore, even the stuff that you used to love? That's when you know stuff is starting to get off. You can feel burnt out even when you love or loved the type of work that you do. As a business owner, I built this business from the ground up. I should love every aspect of it, right? This is the family farm. This is the family legacy. I should love every part of this, right? I should feel proud. How can I be burnt out doing stuff that I care about and that I'm passionate about? It doesn't make sense, right? Burnout doesn't care who you are. Burnout doesn't care who's in charge. It shows up when you're overextended, misaligned, and you're trying to carry all the things all the time without any support. Can you extinguish burnout? What are some things that we can actually do? And now I know some of you might be listening and thinking, okay, Casey, that's great, but it's not realistic. I hear you, but I can't not fix the broken gate, or I can't not show up one day. So I don't know if I even want to continue to listen, because I don't think there's actually anything that you can do to help. You're right. Sometimes the work isn't optional. You're not wrong for feeling tired, though. And you're not wrong for doing it. You're not doing it wrong if the work feels like it's wearing on you. But here is where we can shift the conversation. If the tasks can't change, maybe the way that we carry them can. This is what I mean. What if burnout isn't actually a physical workload? What if burnout is actually mostly mindset? Now, what I'm not saying is just think happy thoughts. It'll all get better. Do some affirmations. The more you think positive, the more things will change. That's not what I'm saying. What I mean is, I want you to start noticing what expectations, pressure, or guilt that you've been piling on top of the already heavy stuff. Sometimes what's extinguishing you isn't the work, it's the story that you're telling yourself about the work. Oh, are we getting some light bulbs going on right now? I want to say that again. Sometimes burnout isn't actually the actual work. It's the story that you're telling yourself about the work. It could look like thoughts that are similar to, I should be able to handle this. I shouldn't be tired. I chose this. I don't have time to feel burnt out. I just need to push through this. It'll eventually go away. Any of those things sounding familiar? Remember that pushing through only works for so long. There's only so much that you can brush under the rug before it starts seeping out, bulging, and tripping you up. Eventually, your energy runs out. And if your mindset isn't giving you any grace or flexibility, everything is just going to continue to feel harder. Inside of Agriminds Live and inside of Agriminds Essential, we dig into different tools that can help your mindset shift. Inside of Live, we use something called the Working Genius. It helps you figure out the kind of work that energizes you and the kind of work that doesn't. No matter how good you are at it, no matter how long you've done it, no matter whether or not you should be good at it, it helps you just understand, like, oh, this is my natural strength. And you know what? Like, it helps you stop beating yourself up over stuff that drains you. I use this quote a lot that says, embrace who you are and who you're not. It helps you stop assuming that the stuff that you're doing that's draining you equals you're broken or you're lazy or you're not good at something. It helps you start making better decisions, even when they're small, that will help you protect your energy because you're going about it more intentionally. Even if you can't delegate those things that are not in your wheelhouse, even if you can't slow down, you can still understand what you're going through better. And that awareness is a big piece in relieving the heavy burden of burnout. It brings so much relief, more than you know. And so I want to share with you something that you can actually do this week. It's a simple reset, if you will. So feel free to grab a notebook, use the Notes app on your phone, but I want you to make 2 lists. I want one list that's going to be what gives me energy, and I want the second list to be what drains me. You don't have to show anybody this list. You don't have to even revisit again. But I want you to notice and ask yourself, what's one item on this list that drains me that I can shift, tweak, or do differently this week? It doesn't have to be forever, but can you just try it this week? And then I want you to look at the list of things that gives you energy and say, what's one thing I can intentionally add back in? Even if it's just like 5 minutes of something that gives you energy. That you've got 24 hours in a day. And if you can just dedicate 5 minutes to something that gives you energy, I want you to try it. This is not about trying to fix everything. It's not even about trying to fix stuff overnight. This exercise is just about noticing what's going on beneath the surface, giving yourself permission to make some small shifts here. Control what you can control. Now, if you're feeling burnt out, I want you to hear this. You are not lazy. You are not doing it wrong. You are not failing. You're probably just maxed out mentally, physically, emotionally. You don't have to earn a badge and wear it around proudly to say that I am like completely depleted. That doesn't do anybody any good. But you can start looking at where you're at right now, how you're thinking, how you're carrying things, what your expectations are, and start adjusting them. If this episode hit home, I'd love for you to check out Agriminds. If you're curious about it, you can feel free to message me. You can go to caseybull.com, learn more about it. And Honestly, the best part is that you could start today. Agriminds Live only launches a couple times a year, but Agriminds Essential is open year round. So if you want to dive in and start getting access to some of these resources on your own time in the small little pockets of your day that work for you, Agriminds Essential could be a really great option for you. It's affordable and it's available to you right now. But for now, take a deep breath. You are doing so much more than enough. And I am so glad that you are here and giving yourself the chance to just, again, increase that awareness. And maybe you can't physically change the amount of workload that you have, but you absolutely can start viewing it through a new lens. I'm rooting for you, and I'll talk to you soon.